Hello everybody and welcome to another video on my channel PokéPidge. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. No, come on now. I teased 16 logos. You can see them on the screen now. And finally, I am very happy to announce the beginning of the PokéPidge Metronome Tournament, or PMT for short. Yes, PMT. I didn't think of that abbreviation before starting this, but let's roll with it. The PokéPidge Metronome Tournament, or PMT, is a knockout tournament where 16 teams compete and they can only use the move Metronome. They will compete in a double battle format and each team will have two Pokemon of the same species. One with their regular ability and one with their hidden ability, although there's an exception, but I'll get to that later. Also, these Pokemon will have the best IVs and no EVs. They are going to have neutral natures and they're going to have no held items. Now, if you ignore legendaries, the amount of evolutionary lines of Pokemon that can learn the move Metronome is actually 24, so 8 evolutionary lines will miss out. But fear not! This tournament will also have relegation and promotion. In short, the 8 teams that lose in the first round of last 16 will be relegated, and the 8 teams waiting will be promoted for Season 2. This will be the same for Season 2. The first 8 to lose in the last 16 will be relegated, and then the 8 that were relegated in Season 1 promoted to Season 3, and so on. And hopefully the success of this series will mean that we can keep rolling and rolling, and you will be able to get yourself a favourite team. Right then, now the boring bit's out of the way with all the rules, why don't we just meet the teams? So, without further ado, these are the 16 teams competing in the PokéPidge Metronome Tournament Season 1. Going in alphabetical order of team names, first up we have Aesop's Clefables. Pinky will have the regular ability of Magic Guard, so will only take damage from attacks, and also Brain will have the hidden ability Unaware, which ignores stat changes. Some very good abilities there, something that the other teams need to take into consideration and possibly one of the favourites, who knows. Clefable has the base stat total of 483, and you can see its stats there, HP 170, a special defense of 110 and a special attack of 115, definitely going to come into play there, but even if it does randomly select a physical move, it's going to pack a punch either way. Next up are the Acrominis. Matcha will have the Sweet Veil, which means it can't fall asleep. Something, again, that is going to be very useful in this sort of battle because you never know what's coming round the corner. Ruby will have Aroma Veil, which means it can't have its moves limited, so I assume that is saving itself from the one specific situation where it will use a disable. Who knows? Acromini has a base stat total of 495, and you can tell again there that this is going to be a special attacker and a bulky special defender, especially with that 141 special defense stat. Next up we have From Dawn to Dusk Noir. You have Creeper, who has pressure. This will be huge. Could work for or against it with the typeless struggle damage. It just means that its opposing team has to work fast to take this team down. To contradict this, Nightmare has the hidden ability Frisk, which is absolutely pointless when no one's holding any items. With the defense and special defense of 155, the other team having to work quick while their metronomes whittle down is going to be very difficult. I'd personally say From Dawn to Dusk Noir is a team that are considered one of the favourites, especially with that high base stat total of 525. We now have the Hitmon Chancers. You have Jackie with the hidden ability Inner Focus, which prevents flinching, something which could be very useful in this game. And also you have Chan, proving that I have no imagination for nicknames. Chan will have the regular ability Iron Fist, which powers up punching moves. Obviously Hitmonchan only has Metronome, however if it does use a punching move, this will be very, very good. Another high special defense stat of 130 here, but also the physical side of 125 for the attack is going to be very good. However, if it chooses a special attack, it won't do that well. Hitmonchan's rivals are the Hitmon Leaders, and guess what their nicknames are? First up you have Bruce with the ability Reckless, the regular ability, which powers up moves that cause recoil damage. Obviously this is an ability that works for and against it, but with the high attack there of 140, if it puts off a double edge, you're not going to be getting up very well. And also Lee there with the Unburden as the hidden ability, boosts speed if held item is lost. So again, this is a pointless ability. And just like the Hitmonchancers, if the Hitmon Leaders select a special attack, it's not going to do that well. You then have the Indeedee Doodies, and first up is Dee with Inner Focus, so it can't flinch. Again, just like the Hitmonchancers, this will come in quite handy. Also Doodie has the hidden ability Psychic Surge, which puts up Psychic Terrain for 5 turns. Both these Pokemon are male, so those are the abilities they'll have. The base stat total of these is 475, and these are definitely more special attackers with that special attack of 125. Next up you have the Intellionics. First there is Nikita with the regular ability Torrent, which is an ability we are all familiar with by now, powering up water type moves when HP is low. And with the hidden ability Sniper, you have James Pond. which means all crits are powered up, which is incredible. So if James Pond can get off a critical hit, that will be massive damage, especially if it's a stab water move. The base stat total of Intellion is 530, which is going to be amazing. Again, another special attacker there with its stat at 145, but also very, very quick, speed 140. So it's probably going to be getting a move off first. We then have the Ludicolo Metronome. Citrus there will have Swift Swim, the regular ability, which doubles speed in the rain. And Sombrero will have the hidden ability Own Tempo, which prevents confusion. Both these abilities can be very handy if the situations are correct, so let's hope it works in their favour. Base stat total of Ludicolo is 480, so pretty average and respectable for this tournament. And again, another special Pokemon, with the special attack 110, special defence 120. However, the attack and defence of 90 is not too bad. Following them, you have Machamster United. Forearm there with the regular ability Guts, which means if it gets a status condition, it boosts attack, which is amazing and competitive, especially if you look at that attack stat of 150. Butch will have the hidden ability Steadfast, which boosts speed when flinching, which again is quite situational, but we'll see how that plays out. The base stat total of 505 is not anything to be laughed at, and as well as the high attack stat, its defence and special defence being in 3 figures is pretty good and will be pretty handy for this tournament. Let me introduce you to the Miltanks. Millicent there will have its regular ability of Scrappy, which means it can hit ghost type moves with fighting or stab normal type moves. So from Dawn to Dusk Noir should fear them as well as a team I'm going to announce later on. Pairing it will be Khalees with the ability Sap Sipper, which means it will take no damage from grass type moves and will boost its attack. Its attack is 100, so that's pretty good. Defense 125, speed 120 though. So this Pokemon is going to be very quick to attack. The base stat total of Miltank is 490, so it's alright. We then have the Politoed Paddlers. Toadette there will have the regular ability Damp, which prevents any damage from sort of explosion or self-destruct or misty explosion. So if one of the opposing teams, or even its ally, decides to kill itself, it will survive. Its teammate Polly will have the hidden ability Drizzle. This will bring the rain and will help both get some great stab damage if they select a water type move. The base stat total of Politoed is 500, so pretty damn good, and its stats there are very even across the board. Next up we have the Poltigeist Earl Greys. Now neither of these will have the hidden ability, because the hidden ability is Cursed Body. This will disable Metronome if the opposing team makes contact with it, and I'm gonna say now, that seems a bit too OP. For example, first move, the Politoed Paddlers use, I don't know, Aqua Tail. Say Metronome's disabled for 3 turns and it has to struggle, that's 3/4 of its health gone, and you know, I just deemed it to be a bit too overpowered. So both of these Pokemon will have the regular ability Weak Armor, which means contact moves lower defense, but it sharply raises the speed. Its defense is already fairly low at 85 and its speed fairly low, so hopefully if they boost their speed they can then overtake the other people, hit them with a quick move, probably a special attacking move with that stat of 154, and knock them down. The base stat total of Poltigeist is 508, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. We then go on to one of the favourites of this competition, the Snorlax Sleepers. First up you have Snorlax, the regular ability Thick Fat, which takes 50% less damage from fire and ice type moves. Feeder will have the hidden ability Gluttony, which is absolutely pointless, so ignore that. Snorlax's base stat total of 540 makes it the second highest base stat total Pokemon in this competition. Its HP there of 235 means it will be difficult to take down. It's going to pack a punch with that high attack stat of 130. I know it's slow with the speed, but what it lacks in speed it makes up for in bulk and physical attack, to be honest. So fear this team, everyone. We then have Sweet Aromatisse. You have Esquire with the ability Healer, which means it has a 30% chance to heal itself or its ally of a status condition at the end of every turn, and this might well come in clutch. Burley has the hidden ability Aroma Veil, so again this may come in useful if the very specific situation comes into play where it can't use Metronome, but we'll see. Its base stat total of 462 is very low, so this Pokemon's stats aren't going to be that great. It can possibly pack a punch with the special attack stat of 119, however the rest of its stats aren't overly high. HP's not bad, but speed is way down, so the HP stat may not matter if it gets hit early. The penultimate team from this competition, the Wrath of Poliwrath. First up you have Ralph with the regular ability Water Absorb, which restores HP if it gets hit by a water attack.
This is quite useful and could be really interesting if they come up against the Politoed paddlers with Drizzle and the Stab Water moves. Its teammate there, Glover, has the hidden ability Swift Swim, which of course boosts the speed stat in the rain. So again, if they play the Politoed paddlers, this is going to be a very interesting match. Fingers crossed. Poliwrath's base stat total is 510, and its stats are sort of spread evenly across the board there, so, you know, they're a jack of all trades, master of none. And your final team for this competition are the Togekiss Chasers. Scramble will have the regular ability Serene Grace, which means the chances for secondary effects of moves are doubled. This is a fantastic ability for any potential flinching or status conditions to be added onto the opponent. Its teammate there, Poach, has the hidden ability Super Luck, which raises the critical hit chance by 1 stage. Again, this is a fantastic ability. And not only this, Togekiss has the highest base stat total of 545. So to pair it with the 2 amazing abilities it has, the Togekiss Chasers are the tournament favourite and the ones to beat. They've got 160 in HP, 140 special attack and 135 special defence. And not only that, they've got a 3-figure stat for their speed as well. Even their defence is in the 3 figures. It's just attack that's down, so if they can try and get some special attacks from their metronome, they are going to be unstoppable.
So those are the teams for Season 1, ladies and gentlemen. We'll discuss the 8 teams for Season 2 when that arrives, but for now, have you got a favourite? Let me know in the comments below. I'd also like to let you know about the draw for the first round of Season 1 of the PMT. This will be in a special video. I'll draw it with my other half, my fiance, the future PokéPidge, Tasha, and hopefully it'll be fun. I don't know when that's going to be, but I've already put the date on the bottom of the screen, so you probably know about this before I do. So please do join me for that draw, and also please follow this series. It's the biggest and most elaborate thing I've tried to do on this channel. I've noticed my solo work has dwindled a bit, so I'm trying to rekindle it with something a little bit special, a little bit different, and I hope that you can join me on the ride. For now though, that is it for this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching this, share it around, get the news going of this series, leave me a comment, let you know what you think about the plans, and yeah, hopefully to see you on this series. Bye bye for now. Thank you for watching this video. I do recommend the couple I've put on screen now. I've got the little subscribe circle, click it if you want. Well, click something.